It's hard to find love when you lit.
What it do? Janae Music. And I'm here with the one and only, incomparable Love. Who the fuck is Love? Let's start there. Who is Love?
Why are you so excited?
Why aren't you? Get your energy up.
My bad. Wait, I got you.
And then it's just, don't be dry. Come on.
Oh, but that's what I am.
So that's who Love is? Dry?
That's a loaded question.
I'm not about to say what I was about to say. Cause...
Please don't. Because your last pun intended. Never mind. Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Lovely.
That was cute. Lovely. Okay.
Thanks.
Lord.
You got me blushing and shit.
Yeah, we can't tell.
Yeah, on purpose.
Okay, so tell us about that. What's the purpose of the mask?
To hide my face.
Okay, but why?
Because love not supposed to look like this, and I don't want people to think. I'm tired of people judging a book by its cover. Like, as a nigga with dreads, I've been judged my entire life, and I would like for this to look completely opposite of what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like. So when it pertains to the music, you know, I got a ski mask on, I wear glasses, I got locks, I got a grill in my mouth. You would never expect me to talk about how I feel like I'm falling in love or don't waste my time or love, period. Anything around the subject of love. You would think I'm gonna
rob a nigga. I mean, the mask kind of feels like you gonna rob a nigga, but you know, neither here nor there.
You know, it is what it is. I sometimes steal people's heart.
That was a good one. I like that. Okay, cute. Okay, so then tell us what is Black love? What is that supposed to represent? Like, what was the whole concept between, you know, the clothing line and the music, and how did we come here? So,
it's two things that I love to do more than anything. Is the other shit that I love to do more than anything. I'm not talking about on this platform.
Like, you see my face?
Yeah, exactly.
Where we going with this?
I love to make music.
Okay.
And I love putting shit on. So, but also the same way I say that this persona love ain't supposed to look like this. I think that at the same time, when we talk about Black love is something that we celebrate when the holidays say that we're supposed to celebrate it, like Juneteenth and like certain days, like Valentine's Day, but it should be celebrated all the time. The reason that, and I'm not a nigga that really likes to wear brands that plaster their like logo across the front of shit, right? But it sounds weird for me to say that when I plaster Black love all over everything. But I think that at this point, we need those billboards to walk around to promote Black love, because right now, I feel like in the construct of social media and society, right now, it's only us telling each other that we don't need each other.
Ooh, pressure.
So when we talk about Black love, we're more, not even Black love, but when we just talk about the male-female situation, it's more so women talking about how they don't need Black men unless they make a certain amount of money, and men saying that they don't need Black women unless they got certain assets.
Okay, so everybody looking for assets is what it sound like.
Yeah, but different types of assets.
Okay, so we can get into that a little bit. Can we talk about that? Because I feel like that's where, you know, that's my forte. That's my cup of tea, baby.
Which?
Just the conversation around Black love and like men and women and the controversy behind like, oh, I don't need this, or I don't need you, or I want this from you and I want this from you. I feel like that's my forte. Like I'm a relationship guru, low key.
You in a relationship?
No, nigga. I said I'm a relationship guru. You don't got to be in a relationship to know about relationships.
You don't. Nope.
Okay. Those who can't teach.
Facts. Facts.
say I feel like I know too much, which means that I could tolerate too little. That makes sense?
That's cute.
Because I'm cute.
Yep.
You see the material?
Yes, I did.
It's black love.
Black love matters.
And it does, period. That's all that matters. I mean, I feel like getting into that topic, right? So, like, think about, you know, relationship-wise. So, first of all, are you in a relationship?
Yep.
Okay. Woohoo.
The love of my life.
I didn't know that. I thought you were single.
I'm single like what?
Like a dollar bill. Like a
last time
Pringle and ready to mingle.
When the last time you seen $1 bill?
What the fuck that got to do with anything?
Dollar bills don't be single. They don't be single.
I seen homeless people be having $1 bills.
They be having a couple of them. And some quarters, some dimes, some nickels.
It
always come with some shit.
Whatever. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Well, since you are in a relationship, so you can kind of we can have this relationship, non-relationship conversation. Mm-hmm. But even thinking about, you know, the qualities, what do you feel like is necessary to keep Black love alive in relationships?
I think that as opposed to communicating with our friend groups, we need to communicate more with each other. Mm-hmm. Even if that means putting our friend groups together and having those collective conversations, not just a girls' night or not just a fellas' night, having a couples' night or having a singles' night where a night where we can communicate amongst each other, both sexes, and figure out more of each other, as opposed to, I'm not going to say yes men and yes women, but let's have a conversation that's more from the standpoint of an understanding situation, as opposed to this is what I want from you.
That's cute. I like that idea. So are you going to put together one of those nights? Like, that could be an event.
Probably not.
See,
I think that you could put it together and I could show up.
Why? You came up with the idea.
But you know more.
Are you get no profit if I do this?
Profit?
Yeah. Like if I charge tickets.
Yeah, that's cool. You could charge tickets, but you know what I'm saying? It's my intellectual property.
No, see, that's what I'm talking about right here. You know, that is crazy.
It's a collaboration.
No, it's not. Because you just said I could do it.
You're the hostess with the mostest.
That's insane. No, you should do it. I think you should. I think that's a great idea, honestly. Mm-hmm. So realistically, what do you feel like brings value? What do you feel like men bring value to relationships? What do you feel like men should be doing in relationships?
I feel like that's a part of the problem. I think that when we generalize things the way that we generalize things, it makes everybody think that this is a man. Mm-hmm. And if it's not this, then that's not a man. Or this is a woman. And if it's not this, it's not a real woman. I think that we need to really have conversations within ourselves and say, yo, this is where I'm strong and this is where I'm weak. And I need to find the yin to my yang. Okay. Fuck what everybody else is going on. Has going on. If this works for us, this works for us. If it don't work for us, then it don't work for us. And then not being influenced by the people that have quote unquote platforms that are telling us that we aren't enough for each other.
That was cute. Okay. So tell me a little bit about the spelling of the Black Love logo, because that's different. I didn't expect that.
You know what's funny though? I wanted it to be a conversation piece, but I also wanted it to have something that was identifiable and also like recognizable when you look at it, right? Mm-hmm. So when you look at it, it looks like everybody thinks it is like LA. I can see that. Which is supposed to, like, BLA is what it's supposed to be. But the V, the A is upside down because that is what love is. Like love, I'm not gonna say love is upside down, but that's what my logo is. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the statement or that's the main logo for who the fuck is love. Okay. So the spelling of it came from just me being drunk and that might not be the third, but you know it's up there. But me knowing that BLACK is black, and then me knowing that my logo is love, I just put it in the middle of the whole situation because love should be in the middle of all things black. And right now, it's not. And that's why the logo is plastered so big on everything that I can put it on until we start seeing that and identifying that as, yo, black love, black love, black love.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the collections. You've had different collections, so you got like different styles of the logo. I see the unconditional, Black Love Matters. Kind of point out, you know, what inspired each. Where did they come from?
So Black Love Matters, of course, stemmed from Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
But the same way that I feel like we were talking about how Black Lives Matter and we were still getting slaughtered by police,
Mm-hmm.
we're still getting slaughtered by each other
Mm.
with these conversations that's going on online. And I think that something needs to be said for that. Like, yo, Black Love Matters, and we're doing this shit to our own community. So, and if I can do anything to put the fact that Black Love Matters in people's faces, I'm going to do so. Now, in terms of this situation, this was a limited situation that puts you don't got to take it off, but
I'm going to show it off.
it just puts the heart. It's Black Love Matters, and it's telling people to wear their heart on their sleeve.
Oh, that's
as
cute.
opposed
I don't know. Wearing your heart on your sleeve is a little dangerous.
I mean, love is dangerous. Love is not safe.
I thought love is patient, love is kind, it does not boast, it all of that.
Love is everything, though. Love is all encompassing. Like if we really want to talk about it, like love is, it could be safe, it could be dangerous. Love can be kind, love can be hard, love can be tough, love can be strong, love can be weak, love can be all those things.
Love is scary.
It is. But we gotta face our fears in that regard.
All right, so how you feel about interracial dating?
I'm not Omar, so like I feel like anybody can benefit from Black love. So Black love doesn't just mean yo love other Black people. That means that when you receive Black love, it hits different. So whether you are a Black person and you love someone else, when you are a Black person and you love someone else, that love hits different. And I think that there's a reason why they say when you go Black, you don't go back. And it ain't just because niggas got big dicks, pause. Like I don't think that that's only like when you go Black, you don't go back. I think that applies to women as well. Like there's nothing like the love from a Black woman.
Agreed. I was say you seen that video? It was like this white guy he was talking about. He was like, man, he's like, I don't know what it is, but when a Black woman compliments me, I feel good. I mean, I feel like I could take on the world. I'm like, I'm on cloud nine. He's like, a white woman can be like, oh, you're handsome. And I'm like, thank you. He's like, but a Black one say it, I'm like, whoo.
That Black love hit different.
Okay, so Black love is basically the giving of love from a Black person.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's a cool concept. Okay, I didn't take it that way. I thought it meant, the unity of Black people.
It does. I mean, it's just as flexible as love. So it's Black love. The only thing is, white people can't give Black love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hispanic people can't give Black love.
Okay.
But the fact that we were able to love through what we were able to love through in terms of what we've been through as a people, we should be extremely cold. And the fact that we're not, and we're so accepting and we're so, inviting.
And warm. So it's not a thing against interracial dating, right? But then even you saying, loving through all that we've been through. And you know how like in slavery times when they got married, they would jump the broom? How you feel about interracial couples jumping the broom?
Man, whatever works for you is what works for you. Like, and that's what I'm saying. That's what Black love should be. That's what love should be. Whatever works for you works for you. What doesn't work for you don't work for you. But don't rule out some shit that you don't know whether it works for you or not. Like,
true. Okay.
Don't be like, oh yeah, no, that don't work for me because my mom. You're not your mom. Like, let's just be free enough to experience life the way that the way that we want to experience life, and live with whatever comes with that.
Okay. So one thing I feel like I've noticed a lot in this generation or where we are right now in the experience of love is
You're pretty good at this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the experience of love, we see a lot of people that give up on love. Like, it's like, I feel like I just seen this quote. This lady was like, the relationships these days are like just like a preparation for divorce, because you have so many people that just like quit, right? It's like, I get into it, I don't like something, it's like up on to the next. And it's like, it's crazy to have that type of spirit to walk around and be like, I can like you, but I don't like that thing you did, so now you're dead to me. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like looking at, that reality of things. But then also thinking about the fact that for me, I feel like there's a strength in walking away from things that don't serve you, right? But then I also feel like there's a strength in sticking it out and being committed.
Of course. It's about balance, though. Mm. So I can love you, but I can love you from over here. Mm. Like when it's time for, when loving you compromises me loving myself, I gotta pull some type of I gotta bring some type of separation to it, so I can still love you from over here and make sure that you're okay. But in order to love myself the way I need to love myself, I gotta go over there.
So what do you feel like are some deal breakers in relationships where it's like, this is not okay? Like, it's absolutely walk away from this situation.
It depends on where we are in the relationship. Mm. It depends. Like if we're married and we took that vow before God, it's nothing that, like, I hate to sound cliche, like, I don't believe in divorce, but I don't. If I really stood before God and said that, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you and I'm going to do the work to spend the rest of my life with you, I plan to do that work.
So would you stay with your cheating wife?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Now, if she was like a cheating wife, like when you say like cheating, like she just won't stop, like, yeah, like Rockefeller Records. Get down.
Get down, girls and
niggas, she love them. niggas, she love them. Like, I honestly, in that situation, we might have to have a conversation, and we might have to have a conversation that says like, yo, we are gonna be life partners, and in this life together, we want to experience other people. Okay. And we have to make sure that works for us.
So does that mean that you're going to end up writing your own vows? Because I feel like in the original vows is just to forsaken all others. And if you ain't forsaking all others, then what are you doing?
Yes. I'm a songwriter, so I plan on writing my own vows anyway. But like I always say, love is what works for you, not what works for the masses.
Okay. So realistically, what do you think about, abuse? Because I do feel like, for me, abuse is a deal breaker. You put your hands on me, you gonna die anyway. So
yes, you will. So you put your hands on her. Yeah.
Yeah. Because my niggas don't play about me. Fuck talk.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
But cut all that love shit.
I'm sorry. Because that's not love. That's not love.
But no, I think that a healthy relationship is not an abusive relationship. Mm-hmm. And I think that we as people, right? We see things coming. Pause.
This nigga.
Yeah, I'm still a nigga. So like, I'm not your, never mind. But we see things, we see red flags. And if we choose, I feel like we should stop choosing to ignore red flags.
Oh, no. Okay, now let's get into this now. Because this is the thing. People say this all the time. They like, you should have seen it coming. Red flags, this, and that. You knew this nigga this. You knew that she this. They gave signs, right? But then I feel like people also be like, give people a chance. You just, people are growing, and it's just be like, it's exhausting. A chance to do what? Just in anything. So realistically, you have so many women. Okay, we can talk about women, right? So women will be like,
I love women.
Good for you. Good for you.
For me.
I love women too. Not like that, but like that, but not like that, but like that, but not like that. She cap it here. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's for me to know me. Anyway.
She cap it here. She don't love y'all.
I do love y'all. Hey, sis.
Right, sis.
So I feel like, men are always saying, choose better men, choose better men, choose better men, right? And so then when women put up boundaries or say, he got to be this way, he got to have this way, then they be like, y'all don't know how to work with a nigga, you don't know how to grow with a nigga, you don't know how to, and it just be like, okay, is it one Mic or Uchiwali? Which way we going with this? I don't know if I'm supposed to work with you or if I'm supposed to have boundaries.
If one Mic is a nigga that's growing and Uchiwali is a nigga that has grown financially that's whooping your ass. Like,
that's not what I'm saying. No, okay. So but it's the thing though, them niggas on one Mic, they got red flags. Those are the red flags. You'll see a nigga that's like, he don't got no car. You know, he
Do he get around?
Probably, because you niggas is gonna get around.
He don't have no car, but he get around.
But then I gotta rely on you. Like if we were to be together, then it's like, okay, I gotta pick this nigga up, drop him off to him.
No, you don't, because he got around before you.
Did he? Then
Let's not talk about Diddy.
No, for sure he did. But the problem is
right now, because we're talking about abuse. And then you say Diddy. Like, we're talking about abuse. And
realistically, wow. Yeah. I didn't even get, okay. We get, all right. Y'all are really wilding right now. Take me out of that. No, realistically, right? So you have situations where you have like people that's like, it'll be, all right, for me, dating a man, right? There might be a dude who is like, okay, he got his car, he got a place, but maybe, you know, he not financially stable or sound. He's not financially intelligent, so he doesn't know where he's going in life. He's just taking care of what's there now, right? Mm-hmm. And for himself. But that does not include me necessarily. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, and then it's like, oh, for me, not being financially savvy is a red flag to me. Mm-hmm. But then you got, on the other hand, niggas be like, work with him. You could teach him some things. Maybe teach him about credit. Teach him about how to save and this, and that. And it's like, when do you, like, how do you decide which one is worth giving your time to? Because for me, it's like, nigga, you didn't get that practice with the last bitch. You want me to
tell you the truth? Want me to be honest with you?
Of course.
You being a beautiful woman, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're not the one that they will leave after you pour into them. So
that's not true.
How many times you been left? You want to talk about it?
We can talk about it.
You scorned?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Scorched. Fuck scorned. I'm scorched.
Let me get another drink. I'm sorry.
That's crazy. You know what? And then you know what? Maybe now probably not. Mm-hmm. But previously, I've been. And honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't think I bounced back since. I ain't been in a relationship since.
Like, when you say relationship, you mean like REAL, real relationship? Like, because I've known you. So.
Okay, and?
I've known you. Never mind.
You know me. Come on, we can talk about it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't want to talk about it. You're talking about black love. I want to
you
highlight
know me,
black love.
But even my situations that I've dealt with haven't been real relationships.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said REAL. Like real.
We're not talking about little sprinkles. We're not talking about, dating and talking and getting it. Ooh, boo, baby. We're not talking about some of that real shit.
Black love matters, guys.
It does. It does. And it does.
It does.
It does.
I just would love to see. I hate to say it because I'm not married, but I would just love to see more of us celebrate more marriages lasting long than we celebrate engagements.
True.
I would love to see us having couples retreats.
That would be cute.
And those things going viral, as opposed to as soon as somebody that's famous or
they
cheat or the divorce or everything.
I mean, they could just not cheat. That's the thing too.
Women cannot just cheat too. So that's this is what I'm saying.
The crazy thing is, I didn't even say a gender. I said, they could just not cheat. And this nigga said women could not cheat. But they is literally general.
It's your face.
No, don't try to make it my face.
I can see your face. You can't see mine.
And that don't fucking matter.
All right.
At the end of the day, I said they, right? That could have been a they, them pronoun. It ain't even got to be, it could be a non-gender person. You see how you try to point the finger at women?
Now we're talking to non-binary people.
I'm just saying, they black. It's some black non-binaries, and they got love too.
They don't.
Huh?
They don't identify as.
I said they.
Yeah.
I definitely said they. You can run it back.
You did say that.
I know what the hell I said.
I don't want to fight about this.
We ain't fighting.
This is the problem.
No, this is the problem. Let me tell you what else the problem is. Because this is something that I just dealt with. The problem
She's
is...
triggered, guys.
No, I'm not triggered. The problem is y'all think that because...
Who is y'all?
Clearly people I'm having conversations with.
That's not a pronoun.
People that
That's not
people that I'm having conversations with.
Okay.
Think that because I am, I think, a little more strong in my speech, in the way that I talk.
You're a sweetheart.
And assertive. I am. But for some reason, people think that I'm being argumentative when I'm assertive. And that's okay. Like, I feel like, and then I think it's also like, especially when you've been in the South for a while, so it's like you get, a little more softness from women, and that's cool. But up north is really not, it's not giving that. Like, we very much like, what's up? And it's not even what's up in a negative way. It's just, that's just the energy. So even right now, you're like, I'm not about to argue with you. Like, who's arguing?
You.
Because that's how I talk, though. I'm not arguing.
I'm not arguing at all. Like,
so why'd you say that?
Don't even kill. I'm just telling you I'm not going. I'm just giving you.
I'm just saying what made you say that. Oh, okay.
Your energy. I'm setting expectations.
But see, that's the thing. You think that my energy is negative. You think that it was leaning towards the argument. That's my point.
I didn't think it was negative. I mean, you might have wanted to get your shit off. If you want to get your shit off.
I'm cool.
That's cool, but I'm
actually in a good mood. I'm in a good space.
You look good, too.
Thank you. I feel good. What Deion Sanders say?
You feel good. You feel good. You play good. You play good. They pay good.
They pay good.
You know what I'm saying? But...
okay, so back to the conversation. In terms of, I know that you said you think that conversation amongst our people is really what needs to be had in order to fix things. And I would agree.
I don't think, in terms of fixing things, right? That's a long-term goal.
Mm-hmm.
In order to put things like, let's get us back on the road first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like right now we're not even on the road. Like, I feel like right now we're at a space where we're broken.
Do you feel like that's anybody's responsibility?
I feel like it's everybody's responsibility. I feel like it's everybody's responsibility to have these conversations about why do we see? And it's not algorithmic. And we can act like it's algorithmic all we want, but it's not algorithmic to see others. We can't go anywhere and see others talk bad about their counterparts.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say counterparts, I'm talking male, female.
Yeah.
So we don't really see too many white females talking about the inadequacies of white males. We don't see too many white males talking about the inadequacies of white females. We don't see that in any other culture but our own.
Well, I mean, I think that we know that that's systemic in a way.
It may be systemic, but at the same time, we're also making money off of it,
mm-hmm.
which fuels us to do it more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what fuels me to make sure that logo is so big on the shirt.
Okay.
That you identify it.
I mean, I love it. I support it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm one of them people that feel like I definitely want us to get back on track. But I think that the main thing for me is I'm an advocate for doing what works for you. But also I feel like there are also some things that I think should be in place. So for me, I feel like the type of woman that I am, the type of woman that I want to be, all of the things, I feel like I'm big on men leading.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it comes to, a household, I feel like men lead. I feel like when it comes to, or they should, let me say should. When it comes to the egregiousness of the world, right? Like if we are marching, men should be on the front line. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like men are they should be ahead, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see the world. That's how I see relationships. And
why do you see it that way?
Because I feel like men are the physically stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when it comes to protecting, that matters a lot.
Of course.
And so, you know, just having a bigger build in itself lets me know that you should be in the front of me.
I like the fact that you said that. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but what about a woman with a bigger build? Like,
she need a bigger nigga.
some of these women.
You little niggas need to find little bitches.
But no, I mean, that's literally what I was talking about. Like, I mean, what you're saying lends more to what society says.
Mm-hmm.
Now, myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would consider myself an alpha, right?
Okay.
An alpha and an alpha does a lot of this. So if it's an alpha male and an alpha female and they're doing a lot of this like we do,
mm-hmm.
of course we could be the best of friends. We could be family and all that. But can we be romantic? Probably not. Because if I'm an alpha and you're an alpha, when a nigga break into the house, you like, nah, watch out. And I'm like,
not at all.
No, sit your stupid ass over there. Like, and you like, don't fucking call me stupid. And
no.
I'm like, but
no, realistically, so this is the thing. And I get that because I think that men think of it that way, right? I think that men look and they say, I'm an alpha man, I need a beta woman. Mm-mm. But I feel like an alpha man is an alpha man no matter who is around, right? So I feel like if you alpha and you on top, you on top. That's how you carry yourself. And at the end of the day, if there is a woman that comes into your space or that is also an alpha, in some way, if you're an alpha man, there's some way or something within you that will and can humble that woman to take a step down.
I used us as an example because of the fact
because we bicker.
Yes.
But a lot of times we bicker. I do it out of
pure
entertainment.
Exactly. And I understand.
I'm not worried about you and you ain't worried about me.
Exactly. So my point is not just to say, yes, a man is supposed to provide and protect. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, a man is supposed to provide and protect.
And be a problem solver. It's the 3 Ps.
I mean, I feel like problem solving is a part of providing and protecting.
I mean, you could say that,
but at the same time, the problem with the whole construct of things is people not being able to put their pride aside and say, yo, I'm not quite here yet. Mm-hmm. I need your support in this regard.
I think that...
And not even just with men, but with both. With women. I feel like niggas' pride be so big mm-hmm. that they don't allow a woman to help them in certain situations, and women's
fear. I think that women are fearful. I think that, to be honest, it's a thing. How many scenarios have you heard of, like, especially when you were younger? Because for me, like, you know, as a young joint, you know, I definitely lived that life where it's like, you know, you
what
take.
What life is that?
I'm about to tell you. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Where you basically like. You let a nigga who don't have enough, you let him borrow your car. You know what I mean? You help a nigga get on his feet. You know what I mean? Like, so when you have
stupid.
See? Is it one Michael Uzi Riley? Do we help niggas or do we leave these niggas by the wayside?
That's a different type of help.
But this is the thing, though. It's plenty of niggas that need that type of help. And my thing is, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that it's wrong. My issue with that is women are afraid because of experiences that you would help build a nigga up, and either the nigga leave or the nigga cheated.
You think men ain't in that same situation?
Building bitches?
Yes. Men build more women than women build men.
That's crazy. I ain't never heard no nigga say he built a bitch.
Yeah, because niggas is embarrassed about it. Like, I built her and she left. Like, but I don't, fuck all of that. I want whoever built you, right? Either stick with them. But if you leave, like, just don't, like, please don't, like.
Please don't, like.
Please just don't make it seem like that person didn't invest in you the way that they invested in you. I just want everybody to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I respect that.
If I helped you become who you became, give me my kudos. And you don't have to give me my kudos to your person.
Nah, you
But
do.
just
Give my
don't.
kudos to the
Nah.
fucking world, bitch.
Nah, because if I helped you do some freak shit, don't tell your
Not freak
homeboy.
shit. You're an idiot.
Don't tell your new nigga
Nah,
like, yo,
because
this
at the end of
nigga.
the day, this the thing. That's how I feel like.
Don't tell your new nigga we was playing cops and robbers and that's the reason he wear this mask all the time.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, your new person, you wouldn't even want you without me. Like, if I didn't build you the way you were, your new person wouldn't even fuck with you.
They may or may not.
Nah, they wouldn't.
But I mean, I don't know. But I just want black love to be at the forefront of everything. I just want the reason that I put it as big as I do on shirts is because I want it to be a billboard. I want everything. I want everybody to be able to see it and be like, black love, and like, even if it's subconscious, even if it's not like conscious, and like that's black love. Like it becomes a conversation piece. It's
not just relationships. It could be family oriented too.
It's all things black love because I think that honestly, I think that black women do an amazing job at loving black women.
We do.
I think that black women do an amazing job at loving black men.
Okay, because sisterhood.
I think that black women do an amazing job at loving black men. Loving black. I'm not gonna do that.
I was ready to do it. That's why I took my sip. Come on.
I'm saying that I feel like women do an amazing job at loving each other.
Yeah.
But what they do behind closed doors, that should be weird. But black women do an amazing job at loving black men as well. I do feel like black men have a job in front of them in terms of loving each other and outwardly loving black women.
Yeah.
I do feel like we do love out loud when it works, right?
Yeah.
When things are working the way that they're supposed to. But I think I've seen a lot of like bitch assness in terms of black men going back and forth with other black women.
That's what I was getting at when I started talking about the leadership thing.
I don't fuck with it.
Because I do feel like, remember when I asked about responsibility, I feel like a lot of times I respect, when it comes to men, I respect leaders. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, if I could see that you are a take charge person and you're not a leader out of control, you're a leader out of love. Like, I lead because I love people. I don't lead because I want to control shit. You know what I mean? So with that, I feel like, it's when I think about the responsibility of, the black community and things like that, to me, I feel like it's like that's the priority to me. I feel like if black men come a little different, you know what I mean? Like if black men love on black men.
Come on, son.
What?
Let's say something else.
Oh my God. You are so gay. Like you really got to get it together.
Now I'm gay. See, that's what I'm saying.
You gay because why is that a thing? Like, why does that matter? It's real.
Why does it matter how black men come?
What is wrong with you?
Don't tell us to come different.
Oh my God. Anyway, if black men loved on black men the way that black women do, so like a lot of black women feel like we're happier in our sisterhoods, right? So it's like we okay with being single because it's like I got my girls, if I want to go out, I got people to go out with. If I need to cry, if I need to depend on somebody, if I needed money, if I needed a babysitter, whatever that looks like, I can depend on my sis. You know what I mean? So we love on each other and we support each other in the way that, men don't necessarily do that. Also, I think, men haven't been allowed that space of like, the mental capacities to relax and release and all the things. But if men provided those spaces for men more, I feel like that would create more of a space for y'all to be able to pour into each other.
Sounded gay. If men provided those spaces more for men.
And this is exactly why y'all can't do it. Because of stuff like this. Why does it have to sound gay? This is why y'all can't love on each other.
You're saying what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing.
You're saying it, but you're also perpetrating it.
No, never mind. But it sounded gay. I'm sorry. But
okay, well,
I know it's not gay.
Let it sound gay. I don't care what it sounds like. We know what it is.
My name is Love, right? And my name is Love because I'm probably one of the first and only homeboys that made it okay to tell my homeboys, yo, I love you, nigga. Like, make it home safe. Like,
we talking about beyond that. Nobody gives a shit. We give a shit,
but I'm not
that
just
ain't what I'm
talking about. But I'm talking about showing love in a different way. Like, as opposed to, like, niggas don't really show love.
Right.
Niggas might now say I love you, but niggas don't really show love.
I agree. That's the point that I'm making. Like, I feel like the leadership comes from, if you lead from love and you can then change the directive and change the narrative and change how it is as a man, if you can bring your brother up, love on your brother, that gives them a different type of love than they've had, right? And then if you can do the same to pour into your woman with love, respect, care, you know, I feel like that changes the dynamic, and it also changes the fear that women then have about men.
What's the fear?
That you will cause us harm.
Do you have the same fear with other people?
What other people?
Other races.
Yes.
You don't feel safe in your own.
A lot of women don't feel safe in the world, period. And Black women more specifically. And I think that's a heavy burden to walk around with, which is why we've created community amongst each other, because we don't feel safe.
So, what can we do to create a safe space for beautiful Black women and niggas to come together and kind of figure out how we can better coexist?
I think that we got to find more positive things to talk about on these podcasts that people are listening to. Like you said, you know, like even this being the billboard, the Black love being the billboard, not just, you know, it being the billboard in terms of, you know, the clothing that we wear, but also just the things that we represent online. I think that, you know, there's even people that's like, oh, I don't post on my page. I don't post my girl on my page because it's not her page. And, you know, it feels like a hiding thing. Then that creates another insecurity or another fear in your people. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, you out here moving foul. That's why I can't show you all. You know what I mean? It's always something where it's like, we're not able to be plastered and loved out loud. So I think that, you know, having more, and I think that it sucks because then there are situations, I was going to say having men come to our rescue, right? Mm-hmm. But there are situations where men have came to rescues and they've been killed by men. And so then it's like, that fear then is like, I don't want my dad standing up for the next chick and then my dad get killed. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's kind of what we need in our community to make sure.
Some people have to be martyrs.
And so, that's the fear in it. And it's like, if you can't stand up to a man, how am I supposed to stand up to a man? Like, at this point, we're done. So it's like, to fix it, it's like, it really, like you said, some people have to be martyrs. It's really a sacrifice where it's like, all right, I'm going to put my pride and my ego to the side and stand up for this person. I'm actually, you know, because again, that's why I said the leadership, because it's like, if you can come into a space and say, okay, look, I'm going to be vulnerable and I'm going to put all my cards on the table and do everything I can to love you, and we're going to figure this out. I guarantee you a woman would meet you and give you the same energy.
You know what I love to see? I love to see the TikTok accounts where it's a Black man and a Black woman. Mm-hmm. And there may be, I ain't going to say turmoil, but I love it, but then I don't love it, right? Because it's a situation where it's toxic, or not necessarily toxic, but it's an issue between a couple, right? And that's what is celebrated amongst Black.
Well, that's
love.
What gets spread around, right?
Yeah, that's what
gets viral.
But they're really in love, but they're talking about. So it's a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Black.
Is this a real thing or like a real couple?
Yeah, it's a real couple.
I've never seen it.
And they're married, and they walk around Target and they do these things like, okay, if I wasn't your wife, but you have a wife at home, how would you?
I've seen those videos. They're like, if somebody approached you, what would you do? And then they be making comedy.
And it's funny, you know what I'm saying? But why can't we celebrate the good part about us being together? You know what I'm saying? Now, we always celebrate those type of things, not necessarily celebrate, but we laugh at those things because they're funny.
Yeah.
But we're not celebrating like, yo, you know what? These people made it 5 years. Or these people made it 2 years. Shit. Like, we don't know what they went through to get to these 2 years. Well, let's celebrate these people.
You know what I want to see more of? This is random. And not random, but I guess I think with the day and age of social media, everybody's only showing the good in life, right? Like, we only show when we succeed, and we only show when we happy. Like, you always see when you at your best. And we never see people at their worst on social media until they are breaking down and they like, oh, I'm having a fucking meltdown and I'm crying. And you know what I mean? Most of the times. Right. So there's never in between. There's never when we working through a stage. So I would love to see more Black couples who are like, they had like an argument and then they come and sit down and share like, all right, y'all, that's what we arguing about. And you know what I mean? Like couples therapy. You know what I mean? Like if it's like, I would love to see more Black couples like being honest, like, we not breaking up, but honestly, I'm frustrated as hell. We're going through a rough patch right now. And you know what I mean? To show people like, you don't have to quit when times get hard. You don't have to quit when you're frustrated. You don't have to quit when you're stressed out. You know what I mean? This is those times where it's like, okay, take a little space. We take a little breather. We learn how to communicate with each other better. You know what I mean? Kind of give people the outlook of.
I would love to not see that.
Why?
And the reason I would love to not see that is because that promotes people dealing with whatever the fuck they're dealing with in their own household.
You saying it promotes dealing with it like other people seeing it as opposed to keeping it?
Let's not put our business out here and allow and subject whatever we're going through to public opinion. Because public opinion starts to sway your opinion to a space where you weren't even swaying to at first.
So realistically, how do you think that people then will recognize? Like, because I think I feel like that's one of the disconnects. Like, we only see people happy all the time. So people feel like, if I'm not happy with you today, we're done. Well, not even just that. We do, though. The only things that we do see, you don't see people happy, like, relationship-wise. But what you will see is the rich people, you know, they going on flights or they on trips and they doing this and they doing that, or they dressed up and they go out to eat. All you see is fancy couples doing fancy shit. And then that's it. We don't see anybody.
We see love in hip hop. They're not fancy couples going
I'm not just talking about that, but even you think about like all the couples the famous couples that are out here. You see the niggas buying hella flowers that's taking up the fucking living room. You see them on a vacation. You know what I mean? Shit that regular people can't afford, and people thinking that the only way a nigga loves me is if he does these things for me, or the only way a woman loves me is if she does these things for me. And the thing about it is we don't have that. And so to see real people, actually, you only see people smiling in their photos, their family, you know what I mean? And so people like, I want that. But you don't know how to maintain that, because you can obtain it and you can have it for a short period of time, but then you quit because you don't know the tools that you need in order to work through.
Maybe I should ask you this. What does Black love mean to you? Based on your experience, what does Black love mean to you?
To me, Black love is...
Does it, at any point, does it equate to success?
Yes.
Where? When?
What do you mean where?
When?
It's successful. It's successful as you sticking together. I have this thing where I feel like the only way you lose is if you quit. If you're still in the game, you didn't lose yet. You're not losing. As long as you're in the game, you got some success. That's how I feel. The only way that you fail at something is if you just stop doing it. You quit, and then you're behind. So, but if you are, I don't care if you're behind, you in front, wherever you at, if you're still going, it's not over. So to me, that's what a career looks like. That's what life looks like. Everything fluctuates. There's ups and downs, circles, loops, all the things. But if you still going, you still in the game. You ain't lost yet. So to me, successful Black love looks like continuously pushing through, going through it, whatever, and you stay together until one of y'all dead. And honestly, that doesn't have to look like marriage. I don't feel like every relationship has to be a marriage. It doesn't look like, hetero. It doesn't look homo. It doesn't have an image to it. It's just, to me, it's the commitment to figure it out with your person in the most respectful and loving way possible. That's what that is to me.
I feel like black love starts with loving yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, like, if you're a black person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it, but I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, right? I understand that Amber loves both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're racially ambiguous,
Mm-hmm.
and your mom is this and your dad is that, you don't want to dismiss anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But with black love, right? You have to be completely in that space to understand, like, yo, you know what? These people have done this, not done this, but has gone through this.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still, like right now, like I hate talking about this, but we're the biggest contributors to culture at this point. But we're still at the bottom of
It's always been like that, even in, I think since the history of America, because realistically, we breastfed their babies. You know what I mean? Like, there would be no...
That's weird.
It's true.
I mean, it's still weird.
I mean, we breastfed their baby. Their teeth were our teeth. They took our teeth and put it in their mouth. Like, there's so much that they took from... I'm just saying, we are the blueprint. Like, and that's just what it is. So, yes, we influence culture because, honestly, everything really comes from us. Like, their health comes from us, realistically. So, I get that. I just, I think that the core, like you said, is loving yourself. And I think that we get out of that mode a lot. Like, we steer away from that sometimes because it's always a thing of, like, European beauty standards, right? Like,
I just don't like to talk about,
what you about to say, being superior?
Yeah, I don't like to talk about being superior.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason
that
I don't like...
superiority? You ain't want to fuck up the word.
Right. So, I don't like to talk about that based upon the fact that I feel like we're people.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, I didn't say we were superior. I said we literally guide the culture. Outside, not just the culture, but just the country, realistically. Like I said, we breastfed their babies. We were too dirty to sit on the same toilets and drink off the same water fountains, but we weren't too dirty to put your baby on my titty. I'm just saying, the brain, I don't know how that functioned, like how that even made sense, but
I don't want to talk about slavery.
All right, we don't got to talk about slavery, but the reality is, I'm just saying that to say, when you were saying, loving yourself, I think that I would love to see more of Black people loving themselves as well. I think that the struggle, I think a big part of it comes from pain and all that we've been through.
Do you think that men are going to be the ones that are able to push this renaissance? Or do you think that I really feel like, I'm not going to say that I feel like women, I'm not going to put that on them because
I feel like men have to.
I feel like we do too.
I feel like men have to, because if not, women will be okay with being without you. And that is
cap.
No, see, and it's another thing. I feel like a lot of times men think that women aren't single by choice because men aren't single by choice. But
no, I just think that's cap.
No, I mean, that realistically, there are, when it comes to, like I said, like we said, women love women. Like, we support, we have our sisterhood. It's so crazy because I even see, there's so many women. I seen this lady repost a lady story and was like, this is exactly where I am in life. And so many women commented like, oh my God, I'm there too. And she's like, she in her 40s and she hasn't been in a relationship or dated in like 10 years. And she's like, I haven't had sex. Like, it's not on purpose, but it's just, I just don't even need it. Like,
what she look like?
Very pretty lady. She was a very pretty lady, and the girl who posted is a very pretty lady. So I was like, "Oh shit!"
They fucked each other.
I'm like, you're ignorant. I'm sitting here like, I hope that I don't get to that space in my life because it's a thing of
you don't want to fuck. You don't want to not fuck for that long.
Nah, it's not even that. It's not even about fucking. I have a lot of love to give, and I love on people. So this nigga so ignorant. I have a lot of love to give, and so I just feel like
of love to give.
If I get to that space, I feel like I'm gonna be withholding from the world
And make love.
But anyway, you're an idiot. But again, shut the fuck up! I absolutely hate you.
That was a James Brown reference. And make love good.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like women are comfortable with being single at this point because it's like it's a lot of pouring and feeling like we're not getting enough back.
Pouring.
No, pouring. You know, flower. You know, pouring, watering the flowers.
Yeah, I know. Right.
And not getting enough back. Not getting enough that what we feel is enough back.
Sunlight.
So
just water. No
yes.
sunlight.
No, we're giving the water. The sun comes natural, babe. And so.
No.
Yeah, don't. So we're okay with our sisterhood and our relationships. So when it comes to that, I feel like if women lead the charge, women are always telling women like, it's okay, girl. Like, we got you. You don't need him. Fuck that nigga. Come on, we got you. We gonna love on you over here. And then we feel better.
So at point,
but time out. But men don't have that. So it's like, fuck that bitch. Let's go turn up. Y'all get drunk, strippers, whatever. You get no love though. And then you could do that all you want, but at the end of the day, you don't get no love though. So it's like you have a good time, but you're not fulfilled emotionally. And so with that, I say, you know, then women are fulfilled.
The strippers.
What the fuck does it have to do with anything? They deserve black love too.
The strippers are women.
They do. They deserve black love. What does that have to do with anything? They don't love you though.
Okay. Strippers are women too.
They are.
Yeah.
That's
and
irrelevant.
They fall in love too.
They do. Just not with people that's just coming in to fulfill a fantasy at the moment. No. This is so irrelevant. How we even?
Black love matters. Nah, we're not gonna do that tonight. We're not gonna do that tonight.
Actually allowing other men in that space to like love each other pause without it being a pause moment.
Y'all niggas gotta stop saying fucking pause to everything.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
That's not gonna happen.
We don't even. This is the thing, though.
All right, so
no, listen, because
this
women.
Has been amazing.
Hey,
pause is always gonna be pause. So this has been amazing. Hey, high five! Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate you.
Nigga, this is my interview. Shut the fuck up.
How you go, brother?
Right. So.
She wasn't gonna do it.
Because we was having a good time. You ruined it. You suck. Anyway. This has been a minute. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. So.
Yep.
A nanosecond with Nay. Anyway.
Nanosecond.
Is there anything I think that starts with an N? I can't think of nothing that starts with a J.
I like nanosecond.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, this has been great. Getting to know who the fuck is love. Talking about black love.
Where can we find the merch?
We should do it again.
We should do it again. But before we go, yes, please tell us where we can find the merch. I mean, it's amazing. I really like this jacket right here. Oh, I like both of them because I like the baby blue. I like this one. Honestly, I just feel like I'm about to steal.
All the shit sold out. So.
Okay, well, when you restocking?
When the next collection will come out.
Okay, is it gonna be based on the music?
No, it'll actually be based upon rom-coms of the 90s and early 2000s.
Okay.
So, we got Black Love and Basketball.
Ooh.
We have a Brown Sugar Situation coming soon.
Those is all my movies. Come on, what else?
And then I'm working on Boomerang.
I don't care about Boomerang, but okay.
That's okay, but yeah, I'm working on that as well.
Okay. Oh, well, what about your 90s type love? You just gonna say fuck us?
90s type love, I wasn't even about to divulge.
Why?
Yes, I mean, that's your situation.
No, it's our situation.
It is, but I can't put it out without you. So it's I need to know if you with it before I.
Oh no, I'm with it. Yeah, I'm with it. Y'all see this is my new favorite brand. It's not new because I've been stealing shit for a little while, but
stealing is crazy. But
okay, but I'm the billboard. You know, I want to be the billboard.
Long-term borrowing.
I'll give it back if you like, but you know, it's worn.
But I'm not the person to do the ads and everything like that. Look, Black love needs to be at the forefront. Mm-hmm. And I want everybody to fuck with it. Yeah. But not to the point where I'm going to do extra to be like Carl Canal or like Sean John or anybody like that. Look, it's not a if you know situation, but you know. And if you know better, you do better. Okay. Like, so if you want to be a part of the renaissance of Black love being at the forefront of everything Black, fuck around.
So tell us where we can get it. Come on, tell us.
Just go to my Instagram. Who the fuck is love? Okay. And then go to _shop Black love the way that it's spelled on the shirt. Show them, baby.
Okay, so it's BL.
I didn't show it. I didn't
VCK.
Show her titties.
Well, they just do their thing. BLVck. So it's _shop BLVck _. So make sure y'all come and get some Black love. You know, be the billboard. Let people know you don't have to be in love to wear Black love because you are Black love. You exude Black love and you love Black love. So come get some Black love.
That's facts. Unconditionally.
Unconditional love.
Can you take us out? Because I'm drunk.
Yes. Ooh, what it do? It's Janae Music. And this is Love. Shop Black love. Till next time.
Next time? Is this a podcast? You know what? Hey, I love y'all. I can't wait to see y'all on Love in the Living Room. But I'm drunk. Man, it's over.
Per usual.
It's hard to follow.